Joy Division is a hard listen for me. There's not too many bands that I can say this about. Um, you know, there's, it's hard for me to listen to Bauhaus because it's so heavy. Even though I love it, for about 30 minutes to 45 minutes, Bauhaus is one of the best bands I've ever heard in my life. One of the most powerful, haunting, goth music to the T, amazing. I love Peter Murphy. You know, just Daniel Ash is amazing. Rest of the band is solid. Love Bauhaus, but they're under such heavy drugs, and the music is so dark. It's hard to visit for more than like a half an hour. Joy Division is like that for me, for a different reason. It's because of Ian Curtis. Like it's hard to listen to Joy Division for me and not get sad because it's it's because of Ian Curtis. And I start thinking about his life and how difficult it must have been, and put myself into his shoes and think about him during the time. It's really hard for me to listen to, and it's when I like to listen when I listen to music, I listen to music as an escape, and that's why a lot of the music I like is electronic music because it doesn't have words. It's not telling me how to feel. It's not telling me how to what to do. It's not telling me what they're going through. It's even a more blank canvas for me to take from it whatever I want to. You know, like a piece of art that has nothing written on it. It's just some design or something like that, and I take I take from it what I want. Right? It inspires me or what have you, or makes me feel how I feel. Right? Like instrumental music does that more than somebody telling me how I should feel, like with lyrics. Right? So for the most part, I like instrumental music, but that's not the reason why I'm talking about. It's a hard listen. It's hard for me to visit and leave Joy Division. I can't listen to it for 20 minutes and then escape out of it and act like nothing happened. It's a deeper listen. It affects me in a different way than almost any other band that I can think of. There's certain things I can do that with The Cure. If I listen to some of the more somber musics from The Cure, I'll get kind of sad because it's very reflective. And I mean, I think about like when I was 12 years old and 10 years old, listening to some of these songs and sort of feeling like an outcast a little bit because I liked music like this, but I knew it was better than most of the music that was out there. I felt like so, it kind of also made me feel good about feeling different, right? I mean, that's kind of the great thing about like bands that were like The Cure and were deeper than pop music because they made you feel something on a different level, and they made somebody who was. I don't think I was awkward at all. I was tall, blue eyes, brown hair, kind of the typical California guy into sports, pretty athletic, like cars, girls, stuff like that, But the odd thing was I liked alternative music that was different, and even though I felt like a normal kid, like when it came to music, I felt like an outcast, but I was glad to be an outcast and listen to good music. But it still made me feel a little different, made me think a little differently, made me feel a little awkward in some ways, but it also made me feel accepted, right? Because I did listen to that. It made me feel The Cure made me feel, or Robert Smith made me feel it was okay to like this kind of music, to make me feel these kind of different emotions, or to be deeper on a music level. But it's really hard to visit Joy Division. You can't just get in there and listen to a couple songs and get out. Like I put a comment in here, you don't want Joy Division to show up randomly on your Pandora and play one song. It's just really awkward for me. Like I just can't. Every time my Joy Division comes up on my Pandora, I just press the thumbs down. I can't listen to certain different bands and then all of a sudden a Joy Division song comes on. It's just different. It's just different. It's deeper, and it's all because of Ian Curtis. Um, I'm really kind of sad for Ian. Imagine putting yourself in a spot like you're doing what you loved, right? Yeah, you have some stuff going on. You have screwed up girlfriend. You're medically something's wrong with you, right? You're trying to take prescriptions and stuff like that, or which is so relatable these days, you know. And you're trying to deal with that, but at the same time, you're 21 years old. You're out and about, and you may want to have a beer or so like that, or maybe a couple beers and hang out with the guys and stuff like that, right? So there's also the balance of being young in that as well as a factor. But the point I'm making is he was trying to do what he loved, and he had a fear of doing it for his health and having seizures on stage and stuff like that. So just that must be the worst fear in the world. I can't think of anything that would be more scary than trying to do what you love when you know that what you love to do has a huge impact. And not every time. You wouldn't have a seizure every time, obviously. Something like that could happen. So imagine putting yourself in those shoes where you love doing that. You want to do it. You're about to brink on success of breaking in America. You're literally the day before or a couple days right before you're supposed to go on your first American tour, right? Your first trip to another continent, right? To play your music for other people, and you're scared to. You're fearful of doing that. Just impactful. You know what I mean? Just really, really difficult. Really difficult to listen to Ian Curtis because of that. Because I always think of that. Like, it's just really sad. It's really, it's just emotional. I don't know how else to say it, but it's difficult to listen to Joy Division for those reasons of Ian Curtis. Um, just Ian Curtis, perfect voice for the sound, transcendent. How can anyone? I put this question: how can anyone so young be so hurt? You know.
In silence, don't walk away. like you find it easy, naked to see, walking on air, hunting by the rivers, through the streets, every corner, abandoned too soon, sat down with due care.